Super teams are all the rage lately, like the Avengers, the Justice League, and the Golden State Warriors. But today we're looking at everyone's favorite school-aged super team, the Teen Titans. We're shining our spotlight on the original series, so if you want to take a closer look at the sillier spin-off, you'll have to Teen Titans Go to our other video. Hi, I'm Joe with Channel Frederator, and today we've got 107 more facts about Teen Titans. Let's get started! Former Cartoon Network Vice President Sam Register was a huge fan of the 80s comic book, The New Teen Titans. When his job moved into development, the first thing he did was visit DC Comics in New York to see if the Teen Titans were available. Most of the superhero shows on Cartoon Network at the time were more adult-oriented. Register said that his goal was to make a really good kids cartoon and a good show for the 6 to 11-year-old demographic. According to writer Rob Hoagie, no one else at the network besides Sam Register understood the show, which means they were left alone to create what he calls Mad Brilliance. Mad Brilliance sounds like a pretty good name for a Teen Titans villain. The goal of the creative team was to take the best elements of the 80s comic book and distill that down into 20 minutes, while making it accessible to fans who were totally unfamiliar with the Teen Titans. They decided not to make an origin episode. In other words, when the show started, the team already existed, and the audience didn't have to see Robin watch his Uncle Ben die again. Oh, wait a minute, wrong franchise. But you get the point. Creator Glenn Murakami created all new designs for the characters. What do you think of the new designs? Tell us in the comments. According to Murakami, most people don't realize comics and animation are as different as apples and oranges. It's impossible with a TV show budget to make the designs as complicated as they are in print. Murakami made everyone look like real teenagers. They have big heads and feet that they'll have to grow into, making them lanky and scrawny. He wanted to avoid the Titans looking like Justice League characters. Instead, he wanted them to have a relatable and awkward quality about them. One of Murakami's challenges was to figure out how to make Robin look cool, so the character could stand on his own and not be just thought of as Batman's sidekick. First step towards a cool Robin was getting rid of his shorts. What? No! Murakami gave Robin big clodhopper steel-toed combat boots because, according to Murakami, teenagers are really into footwear. Although, if Robin was being honest, he would admit he likes the giant boots because it makes him taller. Murakami changed the color schemes of the characters' costumes so they would be easy to tell apart. Raven's are black and blue, which definitely ring true for her personality, while Starfire is bright orange and purple. Cyborg has a lot of blues and whites, and Beast Boy's costume just had the red taken out so it wouldn't clash with Robin. Speaking of Beast Boy, a lot of fans pointed out that he looked like Eddie Munster from the old supernatural sitcom, The Munsters. Glenn Murakami said it was not a conscious decision and that he was just trying to make the character have more beastly features than he did in the comics. In the comics, Raven wore a split dress that exposed one of her legs. That was too complicated to translate into animation form, so her costume was changed into a leotard. Murakami decided not to give Starfire her signature flaming hair, which was a good idea because when your hair's on fire, it's really hard to take a nap. Don't ask me how I know that, it's a long story. While she lost her flaming locks, Starfire did gain pupils. She had blank eyes in the comics, but that wasn't conducive to showing her emotions in the animated form. However, when Starfire is all charged up, she gets the glowing green eyes. I'm the same way when I have way too many energy drinks. I should probably see a doctor about that. The anime style that Glenn Murakami created for the show became known as Murakanime. Story editor David Slack described the show as a superhero version of The Breakfast Club. There's a jock, a nerd, a goth, a princess, and a bad boy. Also, they've skipped so much school, they definitely deserve some time in detention. The goal of the creative team was to tell stories that their audience could relate to, without getting weighed down by unnecessary plot details. Murakami imagined it as a Cliff's Notes version of the comics. The Titans never use their secret identities. They're superheroes 24/7. The goal was to make it easier for kids to project themselves onto the characters. Murakami wanted characterizations to be really simple and iconic, like, oh, there's the robot guy, there's the alien girl, there's the witch girl, there's the shape-changing boy. He took his inspiration for this from the original Star Trek TV show. Although the series has a lot of humor, Murakami didn't want the show to be as goofy as the 60s Adam West Batman. Holy horseshoe, Murakami! Some critics complained that the plots on Teen Titans don't have enough going on, but that was by design. The creative team wanted the stories to be more about emotion. Murakami had previously worked on series like Superman, Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, and Justice League. His experience with the genre gave him a clear idea of how he wanted to make Teen Titans different. The show tackled situations that teens could relate to, like bullying and sibling rivalry. The idea was that the Teen Titans are real kids who just so happen to have superpowers. Sam Register said that they created something called the squint test. The characters and stories had to be really clear and easy to understand. Story editor David Slack would say, if you have to think, it stinks. When Murakami and Slack were creating a template for the series, they talked about the flaws that all the characters have, thus making them more personable and realistic. With no powers of his own, Robin relies on nothing but his wits and brains to solve problems. His utility belt includes a bow staff, batarangs, smoke pellets, freeze discs, explosive bombs, electro discs, and a grappling hook. Sounds like the most heavy, uncomfortable belt ever. Robin's primary goal is to find out what criminal mastermind Slade is up to. He once disguised himself as the master thief, Red X, in an attempt to trick Slade into revealing his plans, but Slade knew the whole time that Robin was X, so add terrible at going undercover to the list of Robin's flaws. Although Robin is primarily modeled after Dick Grayson, he contains elements of all the different comic book Robins over the years. The show's creative team wanted to leave Robin's true identity somewhat ambiguous. Starfire is the peacekeeper who hates to see others fighting, which must be tough when you're in a group whose mission it is to fight people. Her superpowers are flight, great strength, starbolts, eye lasers, and having a huge crush on Robin. Did you know Tamarian's folk song consists mostly of screaming? According to Starfire, Cyborg is not a fan. Man, is he missing out. Despite Slade having serious beef with Robin and the Titans, Cyborg and Starfire are the only Titans that Slade never taunted. That's got to count for something, right? Beast Boy is the Joker who enjoys playing pranks on his friends, but it seems like Cyborg is the only one who pranks him back. His superpowers are the ability to change into any animal. Beast Boy is a vegetarian. Maybe it's all those greens that keep him so green. Raven is the mysterious one. She doesn't let anybody into her room, which makes it sound like she's also the messy one. Raven's powers are driven by her emotions, so she has to do her best to stay calm. In the episode Birthmark, it's revealed that Raven has been destined to end the world since she was born. Yikes. Talk about carrying a big burden. She's one teenager who has a point when she says she wishes she had never been born. Raven's superpowers are telekinesis, the ability to create solid shapes out of dark energy, telepathy, teleportation, unleashing her soul self, passing through walls, and stopping time. Not only that, but she can also send people to alternate dimensions. Jeez, hog all the powers, why don't you, Raven? Raven loves waffles, more than life itself, according to the episode Crash. Cyborg is a talented engineer who built the Titans' car and their submarine. He would definitely be a nice friend to have around. Cyborg's superpowers are great strength and enhanced vision. He can turn his right arm into a sonic cannon, a chainsaw, or a hand grapple. He also has various built-in gadgets, including a foot laser, a flashlight, a detachable forearm, and a welding torch. In other words, he's like a more powerful Inspector Gadget. Tara was a late addition to the team in the second season. She started as a good guy before becoming a bad guy and then turning into a good guy again. Jeez, make up your mind, Tara. Tara was actually supposed to be a Titan for a longer time as they wanted her to really feel like part of the team in order to make her betrayal all the more shocking, but it was cut due to a time crunch. Tara's superpowers are telekinesis and the ability to move anything made from Earth. She transports herself on a moving stone. The character Gizmo is an adult in the comics, but he's a little kid on the show because Murakami thought it would be funnier. Jinx was made to have a more contemporary goth feel for the series, so she could be seen as a counterpoint to Raven. The Titans don't grow older on the show. They're basically timeless, like the characters on The Simpsons. The Titans were never given specific ages, just the age range of 13-ish to 18-ish, with Beast Boy being the youngest and Cyborg being the oldest. However, writer Rob Hoagie has his own guesses. In his mind, Beast Boy is 14, Robin is 16, Raven is 16, Cyborg is 18, and Starfire is 156. In Tamaranian, of course, she still counts as a teenager on her home planet. By the way, Tamaranians are descended from cat-like creatures, which explains why Starfire always lands on her feet and is easily distracted by lasers. The series had each season focus on a specific character and their arc throughout the season. Season 1 was Robin, 2 was Tara, 3 was Cyborg, 4 was Raven, and 5 was Beast Boy. Starfire was the only Titan to not have a season focused around her, but she was a focal point in the series finale. When Rob Hoagie was writing scripts for the show, he said he could hear the character speaking to him, figuratively of course, not like in an I see dead people kind of way, in his imagination. Teen Titans debuted at the 2003 San Diego Comic-Con. That was about 14 years ago. God, I feel old. The show's creators were nervous about how the show would be received by the new Teen Titans comic book co-creators Marv Wolfman and George Perez, but it turns out they loved it. Sam Register asked George Perez if he had any suggestions for Teen Titans auxiliary members they should use on the show. Perez mentioned Bumblebee. Bumblebee has the distinction of being DC Comics' first African-American female superhero. Although in the comics, Bumblebee got her powers from a supersuit, on the Teen Titans series, her powers were natural. There was some concern in the broadcast standards department about Raven's demonic father, Trigon, looking too Satan-y. Apparently, there's a certain amount of Satan that's acceptable. Speaking of demonic characters, Titans nemesis Slade is voiced by actor Ron Perlman, who played superhero Hellboy in a couple of the live-action movies. Beast Boy has said dude over 100 times over the course of the series, about 114 times to be exact. Whoa, dude! Michael Rosenbaum voiced Kid Flash, and also voiced the adult Flash in the Justice League animated series. During the first season, Greg Sipes' voice broke halfway through, forcing him to use a higher voice, which became his trademark for Beast Boy. Actress Takaya Crystal Kama simultaneously appeared on 2 different shows that featured a character named Raven. In addition to voicing Bumblebee on Teen Titans, she also starred on the Disney show That's So Raven as Raven's mother. In the first episode of the series, Final Exam, Starfire speaks in a strange monotone that does not carry over to the other episodes. Like most extraterrestrials, Starfire didn't grow up speaking English. Conveniently, she absorbs languages through kisses, which sounds way more fun than taking an ESL class at the local community college. The music used in Teen Titans will vary to suit the mood of the show, from jazz music to techno to whatever is right for the moment. Murakami didn't want the show to have traditional superhero music like Batman or Superman. The Teen Titans theme song was co-written by Andy Sturmer, who also wrote music for Ben 10 and Batman the Brave and the Bold. Speaking of Batman, although he was Robin's old partner and mentor, he was never mentioned in the series. Cyborg is the only Titan not teased as part of a couple. There's Raven and Beast Boy with a little bit of flirtation, as well as Starfire and Robin, who were clearly a couple. Maybe Cyborg should have built himself a robot girlfriend. Kid Flash got his super speed powers when he was struck by a bolt of lightning. Kilowatt got his power during an accident with a bank of energy converters. Red Star got his powers after being exposed to a meteorite. So I guess the lesson here, kids, is always play with electricity or approach radioactive space rocks, and you too can be a hero? Raven's father Trigon's superpowers are heat eyes, super strength, the ability to manipulate fire, and the ability to give his daughter nightmares by showing her the prophecy that she's doomed to end the world. Trigon is actually trapped in another dimension, though he's able to project his voice and energy into our world. Slade is a genius and expert martial artist who uses cybernetic strength-enhancing body armor. He's also shown moderate skills in sorcery. In the episode Birthmark, he gained the abilities to manipulate fire, fly, melt through objects, and create fire, all after returning from the dead. Slade was never unmasked. There's a popular fan theory that Slade might be Bruce Wayne testing Robin. Murakami scoffed at that notion, saying that even if he gave away all of Slade's secrets, people would still come up with their own theories. In Trouble in Tokyo, Robin declares that because the Teen Titans are heroes, they'll never take vacations. Give me a break. I mean, give them a break. They obviously need one. The Teen Titans were not actually the first team of superhero sidekicks. That distinction goes to Young Allies, a group created in 1941 by the company that later became Marvel Comics. The members of the Young Allies banded together to fight the Nazis. The group included Captain America's sidekick and the original Human Torch's sidekick. According to writer Rob Hoagie, the easiest character to write comedy for is Raven, the easiest character to write drama for is Cyborg, and the easiest character to write both comedy and drama for is Robin. Starfire's Tamaranian joke in the episode Mad Mod, how many Orcarans does it take to Hoagie a Morphlark? Finbar, refers to the names of writer Rob Hoagie and the show's production manager, Finbar O'Riordan. In the season 3 episode Spellbound, Cyborg and Beast Boy invented a game called Stank Ball. The ball was made from Beast Boy's rolled up, unwashed laundry. The object of the game was basically to hit your opponent with the stank ball, which means losing that game literally stinks. The Titans reside in Jump City, California, which happens to be a mix of San Francisco and Boston. The city's name is actually never used in the series, though it is named in the comic book based on the animated series. Like most teens, the Titans love playing video games. They have a game console called the Game Station 2, which they use to play a hovercraft racing game and a robot fighting game. If you didn't already gather it, Murakami High School, seen in the episode Things Change, is named after series creator Glenn Murakami. Also, the Bank of Perez is named after 1980s The New Teen Titans illustrator George Perez. Even pizza gets a shout out. The balcony of the pizzeria is shaped like a slice of pizza when seen from above. The floor is the cheese and the tables are the pepperoni. All the characters in the Teen Titans video game were played by their original voice actors, except for Mad Mod. Guess Malcolm McDowell was busy. A comic book series based on the TV series ran from 2003 to 2008. It was called Teen Titans Go, not to be confused with the spin-off cartoon series that shall not be named. As part of DC's Rebirth publishing line, there are currently 2 Teen Titans comic books, Teen Titans featuring a team resembling the cartoon lineup, and Titans featuring the original comic book lineup as adults. Originally planned for only 4 seasons, Teen Titans was so popular that Cartoon Network created a 5th season, introducing Beast Boy's old team, the Doom Patrol, and their struggles against the villainous Brotherhood of Evil. After the show was cancelled, the creative team proposed rebranding the series. The idea was eventually rejected by the network. According to Aqualad voice actor Will Wheaton, the new bosses at Warner Brothers Feature Animation had required the producers of all their existing shows to repitch their series, whether they had been on the air for 10 years or had only run 3 episodes. Fans started a letter writing campaign to ask for season 6. No, not emails, actual letters written on actual paper, which was thought to be more effective. The movie Trouble in Tokyo was released later that year, serving as the series finale. Sure, they had to battle a new foe, etc., etc., but the big plot reveal was that Robin and Starfire finally kissed. The Teen Titans movie, The Judas Contract, was originally slated for production in 2006, but Warner Brothers shelved the project due to waning interest in the characters. The Judas Contract was finally made a decade later and released in 2017. Guess they realized interest in the Teen Titans had unwaned. This movie served as a sequel to 2016's Justice League vs. Teen Titans. Some major toy companies passed on the chance to create products based on the Teen Titans show because the female characters are as strong as the boys. Guess they didn't understand that action cartoons can be for both girls and boys. However, the Japanese company Bandai had more progressive ideas about gender roles, so they were the ones who got to make the Teen Titans toys. If you can't get enough of Teen Titans, don't worry. Cartoon Network started airing reruns of Teen Titans beginning on August 7th, 2017. And Teen Titans alumni, Cyborg, makes a big screen live-action debut in 2017's Justice League movie. Actor Ray Fisher said he loved the Teen Titans cartoon because it came out when he was a teenager and he could really relate to what the characters were going through. If you want a new Teen Titans fix, you're in luck. A new live-action Teen Titans series titled Titans is launching on DC's new digital service in 2018. It's being developed by Greg Berlanti, Jeff Johns, and Akiva Goldsmith. Akiva Goldsmith is the writer behind the 1997 Batman and Robin movie. Let's keep our fingers crossed that there's not nipples on Robin's suit this time. Actually, a live-action Teen Titans was originally ordered as a pilot by TNT in 2014, with Goldsman writing the adaptation alongside Mark Hames. However, the regime change at TNT put the project on hold permanently. Robin, Starfire, and Raven have been confirmed in the lineup on the new streaming series, although Jeff Johns also sent a cryptic tweet hinting at the inclusion of Beast Boy. The show's synopsis on the press release hints that many other Titans may be included. Akiva Goldsmith's previous Titans pilot script also included Barbara Gordon and Hawk and Dove. Once again, I'm Joe, and thanks for watching 107 Facts About Teen Titans. Who's your favorite Titan? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to click the bell icon to become part of the notification squad. We have videos dropping every day, so make sure to subscribe to Channel Frederator, your Cartoon Central on the internet.